General Muhammadu Buhari was the military head of state in Nigeria from 31st December 1983 to 27th August 1985. He came to power after the overthrow of the civilian government of Shehu Shagari.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Please sit down. Gentlemen, as has already been announced, the Supreme Military Council met yesterday and after an exhaustive deliberation approved your appointments as military governors for the 19 states of the Federation.
It happened that Shehu Shagari became Nigeria's president after winning the 1979 presidential election. According to the election results, he defeated Obafemi Awolowo, who contested on the platform of Unity Party of Nigeria, Nnamdi Azikiwe, who contested on the platform of Nigerian People's Party, and others.
NP! 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 We've been to all the 19 states. We've been to most of the big towns and the villages, and we have seen for ourselves that the party of the people is the NPN.
Shagari was president from 1st October 1979 till 1983, in a total of 4 years. After his first tenure, he recontested and also won the 1983 general election, which was held on 6th August 1983.
I, Shehu Usman Aliyu Shagari,
do solemnly swear
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
to
the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
I will discharge my duties
to
the best of my ability,
faithfully,
and in accordance with the Constitution.
But as Shagari won his second tenure, he was still celebrating his victory without knowing what was ahead. On 31st December 1983, there was a coup in Nigeria, organized by some senior military officers. According to reports, the coup plotters wanted Buhari to take over from Shagari. The then Brigadier Sani Abacha, who played a major role in that coup, said that Shagari's government was overthrown because of corruption. Even Buhari raised concern that Shagari's second tenure election was rigged.
The conduct of the 1983 elections dashed that hope, since as I said before on another occasion, that election could be anything but free and fair. The Nigerian people were, therefore, limbered with a government whose suspect massive victory at the polls lulled it into a state of complacency. The planless, downright incompetence and irresponsibility which characterized the previous 4 years continued. Gentlemen of the press, the Nigerian armed forces could not stand idly by while this country was drifting towards a dangerous state of political and economic collapse through the continued ineptitude and insensitiveness of a political leadership who were apparently unwilling to change. It had a duty to intervene to clean up the economic mess and set this country once again on the path of sanity.
Immediately Buhari took power as head of state, he introduced a program called War Against Indiscipline, which was his administration's agenda to transform Nigeria into a more organized society.
Fraud, indiscipline, corruption, squandermania, misuse and abuse of public office for self or group aggrandizement, which had assumed debilitating proportions in the last few years, will be dealt with ruthlessly, no matter whoever may be involved.
The program was successful in setting some standards in Nigeria, like inculcating discipline in the lives of Nigerians. For the first time in Nigeria, people were patient enough to queue up at bus stations, banks, and other places. To some extent, there was order and decorum in Nigeria during his administration, but there was hunger, and the hunger gave rise to crime. There was also hyperinflation, to the extent that soldiers had to visit markets and instruct traders to reduce prices of commodities.
Have the soldiers told you to bring your prices down?
They've said it, but then we cannot sell below the cost price, That's the thing. It is when we finish the ones in stock now, then when we bring new ones, we have to adjust. I mean, if we get it cheaper, then we have to sell it cheaper to the customers.
The hunger in the land was so pronounced that just a year and 8 months in power, another military officer summoned the college to overthrow Buhari. The same Ibrahim Babangida, who was part of the group that helped Buhari become head of state, had to push Buhari out.
You are all aware of the circumstances which led to the change in the leadership of the government of this country, and I need not to repeat it here. Let me first of all congratulate all of you for a well-deserved appointment as members of the Armed Forces Ruling Council, a body which now replaces the former Supreme Military Council as the highest ruling organ of government. I'm pleased to take this opportunity to declare once again, therefore, that this administration attaches the greatest importance to constructive and helpful criticisms as well as the freedom of the press, and to declare further that the administration also attaches the greatest importance of fundamental human rights.
Within that 1 year and 8 months that Buhari was the head of state, the order and decorum enjoyed in Nigeria was, according to many observers, made possible by his no-nonsense second-in-command, in the person of Tunde Idiagbon. It was said by some reports that Idiagbon was a highly principled man who loved orderliness, which could be noticed from the energy with which he led this report.
I want you to bear in mind the need to emphasize self-discipline and leadership by good example. Begin by drawing public attention to little but important everyday manifestations of indiscipline, such as rushing into buses, driving on the wrong side of the road, littering the streets, parks, and dwelling compounds, cheating, taking undue advantage of scarcity to inflate prices for quick monetary gains, constituting ourselves into public nuisances, working without commitment, and devoting little or no time to the upbringing of our children. Up to this moment, there has been no formal declaration of war against indiscipline. It is my pleasure, therefore, to declare today the launching day for the war against indiscipline.
Notwithstanding, some credit should be given to Buhari for the orderliness, because as the head of state, he had the power to allow Idiagbon go on with those principles, and also had the power to stop him. Another notable thing about their administration is that they tried to a large extent to fight corruption, which was their reason for overthrowing Shagari. In line with Buhari's war against indiscipline, click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for more. Thank you.